Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. This is Dina, and welcome to my channel. I am so glad to see you again. I have a couple of things I wanted to share with you to get us started this month. First of all, I have fully finished my little ornament that I made for this Christmas, and I wanted to share it with you. This is the Hillis design Mary Stitchmas. And I actually stuffed it in the shape of the Christmas tree. I think it's a little cute. It's a little wonky, but I just wanted it to look very homespun. And I used the backing that I've been using on my flat folds so that it would sort of go with the theme this year. Anyway, I thought that was just really cute. And that's going to be put on my tree here in a few minutes. So the next thing I wanted to share with you is something I received in the mail. I won a giveaway from Stitcharella, and I just thought it would be really sweet to share with you what she sent as her giveaway. So Natasha, thank you so much for such a generous gift, and I want to share it now. This is the little wrapped up package that I got, and it is the Thankful, Grateful, Blessed with those cute little owls. I'll be stitching that next year for Thanksgiving. But in addition to that, I'll go ahead and undo it. I hadn't undone it because I wanted you to see how cute it was wrapped up. So in addition to that pattern, I got some finishing fabric and trims. This finishing fabric. Little owls. They go in both directions. And the blue to go with it. And a beautiful hand-dyed silk potter's clay. And from Dames of the Needle, mini pom-pom called Nick's Coat. So I think that's going to look great with these colors, and I'm definitely going to incorporate that together. And then as an added bonus, I got a beautiful piece of fabric, Crystal Dwarf. 28 count, and you can see the sparkles in that. So I have a whole project kitted up right here, just about ready to go. Trim that extra string off there so it doesn't get in our face as we're looking at everything. So what a great package. Thank you so much. Anyway, these giveaways that different floss tubers do can be very generous, and I was so fortunate to be the recipient of one, so I appreciate that very much. Now I want to tell you what I've been up to. We had our very first to us Christmas parade here in our new town, and I was so impressed. It is such a sweet thing. Anyone in town that has a group or an old car that would like to decorate it up and go through the parade and give out candy, you know, for the children, are allowed to do so. And it's been a fairly small parade from what I understand, and it's growing a little bit every year. This year was a red letter event. Everybody that came to the parade said that it was a fabulous turnout, and that there were so many more people in the parade than they had before. So I captured several little videos of the floats or the groups that were going by, and I'll put it at the end in case you don't want to see it. But I had the most fun watching this parade. Of course, there were people in the parade that we knew or recognized from our community. But the most fun that my husband and I had was watching this little girl who was in front of us. She is not someone we know, but she caught our eye because of her enthusiasm. And she was absolutely enthralled with all the characters. There were characters dressed up in period costumes, and then there were characters dressed up for a lot of our favorite new movies. So when the characters from Frozen came by, oh, her eyes just lit up, and she was calling out to them and waving to them. And one of them came over to the side and hugged her. She was transfixed. She couldn't move. It was so much fun. After the parade, this street is the main street, one of the main streets through town, and it has some of the most beautiful homes, you know, that are period old homes from original town that were all decorated for Christmas. And so the street stays closed till about 8 o'clock. And we walked just down the middle of the road and got to watch a juggler and got to watch handbell choirs that were on the side of the road in certain people's yards. You know, they would set up, and choirs that sang. It was the most wonderful event. There were food carts. There's a fudge factory headquarters here in Gainesville, and they don't make fudge there. It's their corporate office. But on the Christmas on Green, which is what it's called because it's Green Street, they open their doors to their office and let you tour, and they have samples of their fudge free just to give out to everyone. And they have a group out front making fudge. And they're not just making fudge, they're singing and cutting up with the people that are watching. And it's a show. It's wonderful. Anyway, I am happy to say that my husband and I were thrilled with our first Christmas parade here in Gainesville, and couldn't have enjoyed it anymore. The weather was beautiful. It was not too cold. It wasn't any rain. And we were able to walk all the way to downtown and turn around and walk back to our church where we had watched the parade from. It's right on Green Street, so that made it really convenient. I just hope you'll enjoy seeing little snippets of a hometown parade. And if you don't enjoy it, you can just skip it because I'll put it last. Anyway, that's one of the things that we've been doing in the most recent days. It's been great fun. The next thing I want to tell you about is I have very little stitching to share with you. I finished another ornament, but it's a gift. And so I put it on my Instagram and a couple of the Facebook groups, but it's wrapped and under the tree. So I'll share that with you after Christmas once it's opened. But other than that, there's been no stitching because I have been in a finishing frenzy, and I have finished all 13 of my hometown holidays. And I am today going to be rearranging a cabinet that I have in my dining room, and I will be displaying them. So once I get that situated and all set up, then I will film it for you and kind of walk you through each of those finishes. I don't know how Vanna does it every day. My hands were so sore, and I only did 13, and I stretched that over a 3-day period to try to rest my fingers. But stretching fabric and gluing all that fabric to the boards and lacing all those pieces really took a toll on my hands. So I just want to say kudos to you, Vanna, for doing that every single day. I'm amazed. It was Vanna's tutorial that I again used to make my flat folds. So I was doing it the way she does hers. That's why I'm saying I don't know how she does it every day. Anyway, I'm glad she does because her work is beautiful, and I tap her to do some of my stuff whenever I can. But I just wanted to share with you what I've been up to. I've been busy. It's been stitching related, but it has been finishing. So now all that's done, and once I get my display arranged today, I can jump back on it. I can get back to stitching. And I'm running behind. I should be stitching on my Sheep Virtue for my series Sal. Fortunately, that runs through the 7th or 8th, so I have a few days, and I think I can get it done between now and then. And I hope that I can, and I'll share that with you when I'm done. But in the meantime, I hope your December is off to a fabulous start, that you're getting lots of stitching done, that you're enjoying the holiday season. Happy stitching, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. This is Dina, and today is December the 7th. And I have an update for you. I finally got to cross stitch. I'm so excited. I spent an entire weekend last week, this past weekend, finishing my hometown holiday flat folds. And I've actually filmed a little footage about that, and I'll put it at the end of this video, but I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a second. What I wanted to share with you today is my latest little finish. I have a mini finish. At the first of each month, as you know, if you've been watching my channel, I try to stitch one of my series. The Little Sheep Virtues is the series I've been working on, and I finished number 6. So this is Simplicity. And I'm doing this on an afghan, and so you can see there it is in the square. And I don't know whether I was just so excited to be able to stitch again, or whether I'm getting used to stitching this, because this is 2/1 on this afghan. But it went very quickly. I was really pleased. The border was simple, it was easy to follow, and so I was able to kind of learn the pattern, and then I didn't have to look at my pattern. And so this one went really quick. And it is so cute. The buttons that I'll be attaching when I finish the whole thing are 2 little bumblebees. They're so precious. And I will tell you, it's been colder here than it was in the summer when I was working on this each month. So having this wonderful wool afghan laying over my legs and my lap while I was stitching on it was quite comfortable. I'm a little tempted to stitch 2 a month in January and February because of the chill and the fact that it's so much more comfortable working on this fabric in the wintertime. But I'll let you know. Anyway, I have a lot I want to do next year, so it may still have to be just 1 a month. So there's my Series Sal mini finish. The other thing I wanted to share with you is a little bit of mail that I have gotten. I got my first few Christmas cards. I'm so excited. Cindy from Cindy's Cross Stitch was my very first Christmas card. And this is Cindy right here. If you're not watching her channel, please go and visit her. She has beautiful, beautiful work. And she also gardens. And she has lovely video clips of her gardens each season. And these are some of her works that she's done. Great finisher. So I think you'll enjoy her. If you haven't been watching her, please do. Cindy's Cross Stitch is her channel. And then I got my next Christmas card was from Carolyn. Carolyn is a wonderful friend gotten to know through the stitching community. She's not a floss tuber, but she is a wonderful stitcher. And this is a card from her, and it is so like her. It's so beautiful and quiet. Doesn't that look quiet? There's these soft snowfalls and the church in the background, which just is very peaceful to me and very meaningful. And these sweet little bunny rabbits admiring that star. It's just precious. And it's very much like her as a person. So my next piece of happy mail was a bit of a surprise. And it was such a lovely surprise. It's from Connie, and Connie is a designer, and she also is a new friend. I met her through Stitch in May, and I've met her at a couple of the retreats, the stitching retreats that we've been to. And this is the most precious card that she sent me. Those letters look as if they've been cross-stitched. Now, I don't know if this is a photo of cross-stitch. Oh, it's a watercolor. It was actually done as a watercolor, apparently. Anyway, this is a precious card and a great card for a stitcher. I loved it. Thank you, Connie. And she didn't send just a card. She sent me a lovely, lovely gift. This is one of my new favorite things to do, biscornues. And this is that precious one that is designed to look like a bird's nest with the eggs in it. How cute is that? I had seen it. I had seen other people work on it. And I thought, oh, that is precious, but I don't know if I could do that. But I've done a couple of biscornues now, so I think I might be ready to tackle it soon. But there's the biscornu, and there's the scissor fob with that cute little bird. And I love, love, love the colors. That blue in there just pops. So, Connie, thank you. What a sweet Christmas gift, and I thank you for that so very much. You didn't have to do that, and it was such a sweet surprise. Now, I'll give you a little brief life update. Our season of the year, this holiday season, is off to a fantastic start, I must say. We have attended a fabulous little parade here in town, and I think I've told you about that in a previous clip, and I've got film of that I'll share with you. But the next big thing that we've been working on is a concert, and it's called the Living Christmas Tree, and there's a reason it's called that, and I'll show you from this picture. There is a platform that's built in our church that really goes up high. That's very, very high. And those are people standing in that tree. So it's covered in greenery and lights. And as this group sings, there's a light show going on the tree that is synchronized with the music. It's beautiful. I can't wait to get to go. I practiced with this choir. This is my choir. And I practiced with them until I realized that I was not going to be able to memorize all the music. It was a little bit too much for me for one time. So my hope is for next year I'll be able to memorize everything because I'll start earlier. But I just couldn't get it all. And so my husband has suffered through and has spent hours working on his memorization, and is hoping that he will be able to make it through and not forget the words. So he's singing in it this year. And we have friends that are coming over this weekend to attend the concert with me. And my husband started singing the concerts last night. It was their first one. Tonight they sing again. And tomorrow when our friends are here, I will go to that concert. And then as a group, we're going to go, our friends and my husband and I, we're going to go to Dahlonega and see the Christmas lights all over the square and have a wonderful Italian dinner. And then Sunday of this week, there are two concerts, one in the afternoon and one in the evening. And then that's it for the concert. But what a great way to start off our Christmas season. The music is beautiful, and the musicians in the orchestra and the soloist are fabulous. So I can't wait to get to see the whole thing, and it'll be nice to get to see it this year as a viewer instead of a participant, because I've never seen it before. And I think that will let me see the whole effect, and so that next year when I'm standing in the tree, hopefully, I won't be able to see how it really looks, and get the whole effect of it, but I'll kind of have an idea. So that has worked out just fine to do it that way. And I'm looking forward to that. So I just thought I would share that with you. And I won't be able to take any footage of that, but I just wanted to let you know that's what we'll be doing this weekend. So I may not get a lot of stitching time in this weekend. So my plans are to stitch today. I'm ready for the company. I've done all the cleaning that I need to do, and so I am excited about that. Well, I think that's all the news that I had for you, except for one little thing. At the end of this video, I've attached some footage that was requested by a viewer. One of my viewers has asked that I share my Christmas decorations. And it's nothing like Priscilla's or anything like that. It's very simple. But I do have a lot of stitched items out this year, and so I have gone through the house and I've kind of walked you through what's there, including my hometown holiday village, which I've now got in my china cabinet on display. I intend to add some things to it, but since I've filmed everything throughout the house, I went ahead and included that. And then if I do any additional things to it that really change the look of it, I'll show it to you again. But anyway, I wish you all a very happy holiday season, a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah if you celebrate Hanukkah. And if you don't go for either of those holidays, I wish you a very safe and prosperous winter and a Happy New Year. So whatever you're celebrating, I think stitching is the best way to do it. So happy stitching, everyone, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Okay, we'll start here in our guest room with the Christmas tour, and we just have a simple nativity scene in here, and I will carefully turn, and you can see over there is the Christmas basket that I was privileged enough to get at the November retreat in Sevierville. And what I have done with it is filled it with water bottles and snack bars for guests that we're going to have this weekend in case they get hungry during the night. Okay, here we are in our living room. I'm actually standing in the living room, and I am looking toward what was our dining room. As you can see, the china cabinet is there. Here's our tree. Lots of ornaments on there that are handmade and special and gifts, so I'm going to highlight just a few for you. And I'll show you from a distance, and then we'll get closer. There are my hometown holidays in the china cabinet with the lights on it. And I intend to put snow in there and some trees and little people, and I'll try to grab another picture of that when I finish it. But I didn't want to hold up the whole video waiting for that. So I'm going to pause the camera and get closer to the tree so I don't get you seasick. Okay, one of the first things you'll notice are that I have ornaments on this tree that I've made and that other people have made for me. For instance, this one that says the Hudgens and has that beautiful cardinal, that's hand painted by Kate. Cowgirl Kate Paints a Plenty. And it was a gift from last year, and it has a place of honor on our tree again. Here's one of the ornaments I stitched for Stitchmania in 2017. And here's my ornament from 2017 cross-stitching retreat in Sevierville, and this is a Vonna Pfeiffer special. She had made this for her ornament exchange, and I was fortunate enough to win it. This is this year's prize from Marlene, Stitching by the Lake. And you'll see there's my penguins I did in 2017. Last year I was also in a wonderful gift exchange, a Christmas exchange through Stitchmania. And this is the ornament that I was gifted by my partner in that. And you'll notice that there are a couple of sewing machines on here. Those are very interesting. Now, this ornament I made in 2011 to represent my hubby putting the star on the top of the tree. And I'll show you one in a minute that represents me with all the gift wrap. And I have recently finished an ornament for our son that shows him holding our heart. So it's a teddy bear as well, and it's to go with this set. And as soon as he opens it at Christmas, I'll put the three of them together and get a shot of those. Here is my newest ornament for this Christmas that I made. Merry Stitchmas. It's now on the tree. And I believe this might be the first one I ever stitched for the tree in 1989. I have a trio of these. There's a one, Glory to God in the Highest. That's another Stitchmania stitch. You'll recognize this from this year. Up at the top of the tree is my Noel that I did in Stitchmania. And I have my sister Stephanie has a wonderful sense of humor. So I'm going to show you one of the ornaments that she gifted me through the years. I love that. Here's another one of Stephanie's funny ornaments. Is Santa snow skiing. Okay, one of the first things you'll notice are that I have ornaments on this tree that I've made and that other people have made for me. For instance, this one that says the Hudgens and has that beautiful cardinal. That's hand painted by Kate. Cowgirl Kate Paints Aplenty. And it was a gift from last year, and it has a place of honor on our tree again. Here's one of the ornaments I stitched for Stitchmania in 2017. And here's my ornament from 2017 cross-stitching retreat in Sevierville, and this is a Vanna Pfeiffer special. She had made this for her ornament exchange, and I was fortunate enough to win it. This is this year's prize from Marlene, Stitching by the Lake. And you'll see there's my penguins I did in 2017. Last year I was also in a wonderful gift exchange, a Christmas exchange through Stitchmania. And this is the ornament that I was gifted by my partner in that. And you'll notice that there are a couple of sewing machines on here. Those are very interesting. Now, this ornament I made in 2011 to represent my hubby putting the star on the top of the tree. And I'll show you one in a minute that represents me with all the gift wrap. And I have recently finished an ornament for our son that shows him holding our heart. So it's a teddy bear as well, and it's to go with this set. And as soon as he opens it at Christmas, I'll put the three of them together and get a shot of those. Here is my newest ornament for this Christmas that I made. Merry Stitchmas. It's now on the tree. And I believe this might be the first one I ever stitched for the tree in 1989. I have a trio of these. There's a one, Glory to God in the Highest. That's another Stitchmania stitch. You'll recognize this from this year. Up at the top of the tree is my Noel that I did in Stitchmania. And I have my sister Stephanie has a wonderful sense of humor. So I'm going to show you one of the ornaments that she gifted me through the years. I love that. Here's another one of Stephanie's funny ornaments. Is Santa snow skiing. Here's my ornament. There we go. I'll try to get out of your light there. That I was talking to you about that shows me gift wrapping. And I have three of these on the tree, but I can see one right now, so I'm going to show you. There's my orts from that year. This is a sweet gift from Cindy. You all watch her, I know, from Knoxville, and she does such beautiful stitching and finishing, and that was a gift from her. This is another Stitchmania finish. So I've got several homemade ornaments. This is one my son JT stitched. for his father, the first thing he ever cross-stitched. That's another Stitch Mania finished ornament. And there's the owl from the Brooks. That was another ornament exchange from Sevierville. And it's actually stitched on both sides. The whole picture is stitched twice. And that's what gave me the idea to stitch 2 on my ornament this year. So now I'm going to turn you around. Ooh, I'll try to do it smoothly. Here is the village. So at the top you have the fire station, and notice in the corner I have a bell for the bell ringing, and you notice there are bells outside the building there. This is the toy store, and I chose to put an ornament in the top that looks like a top, like a spinning top, because that would be the closest thing to a toy that I had for that one. This is the church. And again, I put a bell on the church because of the bell ringing in the chimes when you have a church that has bell chimes. And I think I showed you the florist with the wreath. It was one of the first 2 I did. I felt like that wreath was appropriate for a florist. We'll go down to the next level, and you'll see the tree lot, and notice I have a little Christmas tree button on that one. There's the Needleworks shop, and I have a beautiful old-fashioned ornament in the corner because that's one of my favorite shapes of ornaments. The old ones that like my mom used to have, and she's the one who taught me to do my first needlework, so that reminded me of her. And then right next to the Needlework shop is the sweet shop, and I chose an ornament that looks like it has icing dripping down on it for the sweet shop. I also used that same one on the school because I thought the children would like that the best. And then here we have the bookstore. And again, I used my oldest fashioned looking ornament for that because everyone loves old books and old books used stores, and I just enjoy going through those a lot. Here's the hometown diner. And then you have the carolers. Here's the pet shop. And the train station. And I chose to put holly in the corner there because the train goes through the woods and towns, and I thought the greenery would go well there. Okay, I'll show you a little bit more standing by the Christmas tree now, looking in the rest of the home. You'll see my Christmas queen over here in my niche. I change out my pictures in that niche for the season. And then if you look to the side, there's a little statue of a little boy that we keep out year-round, but this year I've added him a red cap and a scarf to have him dressed up for winter, for Christmas. Then you'll notice in the hall here, there's my 12 Days of Christmas on my wall hanging that I made last year. I'll give you a view of the mantle, and then we'll go over and look at it. So this year I'm using what I consider very traditional colors of red and green and brass. I've got the stocking holders, and it's hard to see because of the greenery, but one is a sleigh, one is an angel, and one is a Christmas tree. But these are my stockings that I had stitched years ago. I don't know if I can hold the camera and hold the stocking out for you, but this is my husband's. And it is Santa's Workshop. And then this is mine. And mine is a combination of two different patterns. Of course, has all the sewing motifs. And then the topper is a different pattern that I put together with it that represents my love for sewing and needlework. And then here's my son's with the student desk, the train, the bookshelf, because he loves to read. And so those are our stockings. And on top of the mantle, I have, each corner has a brass angel. And then I've got the bells. And I collect Jim Shore carvings, and especially at Christmas. So I have snowmen up here on the mantle. There's two. And then here is a beautiful piece called Joy to the World, and it has the Nativity in the cross, which is of course my reason for the season. And then, in case you were wondering, I do have Christmas, Smoky Mountain Christmas up here on the wall above our desk. And my husband's sense of humor, if you know the movie about A Christmas Story, you'll know what that leg lamp is from. And then looking back across the living room, about where the tree is over there, you'll see our guest of honor there, Santa Claus, hanging on the wall next to the TV. He used to stand above our mantle, but he's a little big for our current mantle. It's too small. Okay, here's the temporary location of my dining room table. It's right now in my kitchen because I needed the room for the Christmas tree. But I will remind you, I had cross-stitched these placemats years ago, and I used them to decorate my table at Christmas. They each have a different motif. Here's the violin and the drum. Okay, here we are in my master bedroom. I have just a couple of little things. I love rocking horses, and so I put those in here this year. Here's another thing I cross-stitched. This was actually a gift I gave my mother years ago, and she used it for several Christmases, and when she passed away, it came back to me. And then my husband, who has always wanted a motorcycle and has owned several through the years, I had given him this Santa on a motorcycle, and the dog that is on there looked a lot like our former dog, Riblet. And so it was just a great addition to our holiday decorations. Hello everyone, this is Dina, and today is December the 14th. It's a bit of a special day for me because it's my birthday. Thank you. So many of you have wished me happy birthday this morning already. I just want to thank you for that. That's made my day start out very special. But for now, I want to start off the morning with a great update. I've been working on Flowers of the Holy Night, and I'm going to turn the camera around and show you what little bit I've gotten done. Okay, here is the Flowers of the Holy Night that I've been working on. I've been able to work on it for about 2 days. I've been a little bit of downtime here during the Christmas holiday due to all the choir specials and events that we've been a part of at our church. But I've finally gotten back to stitching, and as you can see, I finished off this poinsettia. There were 4 leaves to do there, and these 2 leaves over here I got done. So with the exception of a green leaf and a red leaf here, I've almost mirrored the 2 sides. and one more little green over here, I think, that I haven't done yet. So on my next time that I start working on this, hopefully before the end of the year, I will try to bring all the motifs here and here down at least to the page break. So that would make it be half of the picture this year, and then I could do the other half next year. Wouldn't that be pretty good? Anyway, I appreciate you letting me share it with you, and I'm gonna cut this short for this little episode because I am about to have a phone call with my sister Stephanie, and we're gonna celebrate my birthday together. Long distance, but even so, it's very special. So I will talk to you later. Bye. Hi, everyone. It's Dina, and today is December 15th, the day after my birthday. So today, I have a birthday haul I want to share with you. I have had the most fabulous birthday. All of my gifts from my son and my husband have been Stitchy related. They certainly get me. I just wanted to share it with you. I don't share a lot of haul on here, but this is gifts. And I'm just really tickled to be able to share that with you. My husband had asked me what I wanted for my birthday, and so I knew I was getting this because I had to pick it out. But it is still a great treat to open it and actually get to see what he gave me. This was one of the re-released out-of-print patterns called Shakespeare's Fairies, and it's a Mirabilia. And he got me the pattern and the embellishment pack for my birthday. It has everything in it, including the treasures. And then I went through my stash before I wrapped this all up, and I found this 36 count pickle by Picture This Plus that had been gifted to me in a gift box at a retreat from Teresa, the kitten stitcher. And I think this is going to be perfect for this. Don't you? I think it's lovely. This is actually stitched on 32 count, but this is 36 count. I've never tried 36 count before. I'm going to check the measurements one more time before I start on it, but I do believe it will fit, and that will be one of my fabulous pieces for hopefully next year. The other thing my husband did was a complete surprise. I had a wonderful opportunity this morning to go to an ornament exchange party with about 41 people, 41 ladies from my choir. So as I was shopping for an ornament for my ornament exchange gift, my husband found an ornament and shared it with me, and it was a Jim Shore ornament, and it was an angel, and she had, the name of it was Sewing Angel, and she had a hoop in her hands, and there were X's on the fabric. She was cross-stitching. I couldn't believe it. Who would have thought? I collect Jim Shore, and then to have him actually do an angel that's cross-stitching, unbelievable. Anyway, my husband showed it to me, and I fell in love with it and said it was the cutest thing I'd ever seen. But I was on a mission to pick out an ornament for this party, for this exchange, and you don't know who's going to wind up with it. And not any of these ladies are stitching friends, so I don't know that any of them stitch at all. So I didn't think that would be meaningful to them necessarily. So even though I thought it was precious, I chose a different ornament. Unbeknownst to me, my husband drove all the way back over to that store, which is not in town. It's out of town. He went quite a ways to get it. And had it wrapped and surprised me with it on my birthday, having it sitting right as I woke up that morning, right near my bedside. So I opened it first thing, and she's already on the tree. So I'm going to insert a little tiny clip of a few seconds where I filmed her for you. and you'll get to see the sewing angel. Well, isn't that precious? We got it at a Hallmark store if you're looking for one. Anyway, then my son surprised me with a CD for me to listen to while I'm stitching by Pentatonics. It's, I think, their most recent one, and it's called Christmas Deluxe, and I love it. I've been playing it ever since he gave it to me. And then he surprised me again with something quite clever. He got me a t-shirt. It says, "Warning, I have the patience to stab things thousands of times." I loved it. I can't wait to my next stitching gathering. I'm hoping to be able to wear it there. I just thought that was precious. Absolutely precious. So my son tells me this story as I'm opening my present. He said he looked for a cross-stitch store. And of course, as you know, we've told you many times, I'm sure, if you've watched any of us from Georgia, that there's not a cross-stitch store in the state of Georgia. There is a needlework shop. It's in Atlanta, and it's called the Nimble Needle. And my son found it on Google, and he went there, and I think he said it took him about an hour and a half to get there. But he was determined to find me something stitchy, and this is their gift card that he gave me so that I can go there and shop. When he went into the store, he went in and told the ladies that were working there that he was there shopping for his mother's birthday and that she was an avid cross-stitcher. And they quickly let him know in a very polite, helpful way that they were not a cross-stitch store and didn't have a whole lot of cross-stitch things there, but that they had things that could be used for cross-stitch, like silks and hand-dyed threads of all kinds. And he said they had threads everywhere, so he's hoping that I will enjoy some of their hand-dyed threads. Now, I don't know what brands they carry. I will find out. So I have a field trip coming up soon. But while he was there, he wanted to get me a little something, that was stitchy related. And so he saw this. This is a bead storage tower. It folds in a trifold and velcros together so that it just stands up like this. You can lay it flat while you use it like this. You can just spread it all the way out. Anyway, it holds tubes, and so I'm gonna have to go online and get some tubes to put my beads in. But it will hold 138 small tubes or 69 large tubes. And the little storage piece that I have uses the little square boxes, and I think it will only hold about 16 or 20. And so, it's more what I need to do for a project than for all of my beads. But when I started saving my beads, I only had a few in each project, and so I didn't know I was going to need quite as big a storage as I will probably wind up using. The other thing I like about this is it comes in a plastic container so that if any of your beads get loose, they'll be captured in here. Or, if you think about it, this little plastic bag would make a great project bag. It's clear on both sides. It's long and narrow, so a small scroll frame would fit in there pretty well. So yeah, I got some ideas on that. Anyway, I thought this was very clever of him. And then when one of the ladies in the store that worked there found out that JT was shopping for his mom for a stitching gift, she told him that if her son were to shop for her for something stitching related, that this is what she would want. And he said sold, and he got them for me. So I'm not sure how to say that. Sajou. These are from Paris or from France. And they were made in France, and they are mother of pearl. They are beautiful. I'm going to see if you can see them. They're swans. Aren't they lovely? They have their own fob already. And it has the S for Soju. I'm probably not saying that correctly. Mev, I need you to read this box for me. Tell me what it says. But these were my main gift from my son. Aren't they beautiful? I won't be traveling with those because I'd be too afraid that somebody would confiscate them at the airport or that I would lose them. So these will be my stay-at-home cherished scissors. So that was my fabulous birthday, and I just wanted to share it with you. The last thing I want to share with you today is that I have been collaborating with my friend Kate from Cowgirl Kate Paints Aplenty on my framing of Sleeping Beauty. Kate and I were talking about ideas for that, and she graciously offered to paint my mat. So I went to my framer, I got a mat cut, I got it boxed up, I shipped it to Kate. Kate designed, I think, 4 different options for me, and we talked about it and picked the one we both liked the best. And then Kate painted my mat. And it arrived back here on my birthday. What a treat. So I now have spent the afternoon and evening of my birthday was spent pinning and lacing Sleeping Beauty, getting her ready to go to the framer. The frame shop has already ordered the frame. They have everything just waiting to put her together. So I now have her laced and ready, and I've got my mat from Kate. And as soon as I can get it put together at the frame shop and get it back, I will share it with you. But I will tell you, it's beautiful. It is beautiful. I cannot wait to see it put all together. So she's coming along, and I'm hoping to pick up my Quaker Christmas 2 from the frame shop when I take her over to be framed. So maybe in the next video, you'll be able to see at least one of them. That would be awesome. In the meantime, Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays, and I hope to have another video before the new year, but if not, Happy New Year. And I think I will wrap this up for now. As a little bit of stitching as I have to share with you, that's what I've gotten done over this Christmas. And now I have a decision to make. Do I continue only stitching on my 2 Christmas projects, 12 Days by Jim Shore or Flowers of the Holy Night? Or should I spread my time and try to get a little more work done on my remaining whips, Ashley's Roses, Nantucket Rose, and the Halloween Tricks? I'll have to decide, because I may get to stitch a little tonight, and I'll have to decide what I'm going to stitch on when I do that. So I'll let you know on my next video. Also, I do want to say a thank you. I want to thank so many of you that sent me birthday wishes, and I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for thinking of me. And I absolutely was thrilled. The other day I saw somebody had subscribed that was a new subscriber, and it triggered me to go in and check and see how that was going, and I've gone above 3,500. So I think it's time for a giveaway. So on my next video, I will have picked something out, because my anniversary, my floss tube anniversary, is January 23rd. So I think it would be great fun to put some things together for a really nice giveaway, and maybe be able to give away more than one thing, since I'm celebrating more than one thing, and have something for my 3,500 subscribers and for my 3rd year anniversary. So stay tuned. I'm going to try to get another video for you guys right after Christmas, between Christmas maybe and New Year's. And that will be when I will announce what the prizes will be for those of you who want to participate. And so in the meantime, I hope you're getting ready for your holiday. I hope that you're going to have a wonderful time with your family and friends, and just enjoy the stitching. Happy stitching, everyone. Bye.
Get my truck, put a tarp in the back, and went up the water. Well, it's a hit with the kids.
Queen.
We have elf ears.
That is too fun. They're not used to seeing it ready, right? Probably not.
It's a lot of nativity. What kind of church? The Mormon church. The Mormon. Red.
Go, Tommy, go. Get us one. Go,
Red
Tommy,
drink,
get
red
one.
drink.
Go get one, Tommy. Meant to be.
That's all you got.
I didn't get a nugget. When I turn around, y'all wave because I'm gonna get you.